Greetings, luxe lovers. Welcome back. Here we believe in intentional luxury and we're not afraid to invest in pieces that will work for us. So if that resonates with you, then please consider subscribing and stay a while. Well, I just love these types of videos where I can hear people's thoughts on all the luxury items that they bought throughout the year with the perspective of time. So today I'll be sharing the best and worst luxury purchases that I made in 2025. And I hope that some of you will get value out there to help inform your own purchasing decisions in 2026. So grab that fancy Hermes mug of tea and let's begin. So first let's start with like jewelry and accessories. It was a very jewelry heavy year last year. And also I'll include things that I got really late in 2024 because that gives me enough time to form an opinion. One of the best items that I used in 2025 was this, and this is my Hermes steel band. This looks absolutely beautiful, and they even have come out with like a skinnier band. And so to me, that is interesting. I wonder if I would have gone for that if it was around when I bought this. But as you can see, it looks super shiny. The Hermes is upside down, but you can kind of see there's a little scuffing on the bottom. But other than that, I don't really mess this up. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. I feel like once people see that I'm wearing like an Apple Watch band, they think I'm not as hoity-toity. They certainly don't see the H and they don't make the association with Hermes, but I do feel like it has a little bit of heft to it, which I've enjoyed. And I have used this every day. I don't think I took this off since I wore it. So to me, that is great value for money. Next, and this is not sponsored in any way, but on my channel, I showed some Ideal jewelry. This little add-on that I put onto my existing pearl earring, I love. And hopefully you can see what it is. This is part of Tamara's collection. This is just so cute, and I just think it's very fashionable and easy. And this is one of the few things that I shower and sleep in. I don't typically do that with my other jewelry, but this has also been on every single day of the year. And the only caveat is that sometimes it'll like turn around and I'll look in the mirror and my little flower will be drooping, but then I just kind of put it back to where it is. It just adds a little something and it's really carefree. The next absolute best purchases are these, and these are my Chaumet rings, hands down. As you know, in the beginning of 2025, I went back to Paris. So I started the year with like this stack, and then I went back and I added the two other rings, and now I just feel like it's so complete. As many of you know, I would love to go back to Paris and add kind of a fifth full pave band in the middle just to make it complete. It's possible it might get a little too thick, but my goodness, I get so many compliments on this. And again, I wear this almost every day that I go out with my full jewelry on, and I just love the way it looks, love the way it stacks. I don't baby it, and it just still looks so sparkly to this day, and I really think it's because of the facets of those hexagons. Look at that. Next is this, and I got this for Mother's Day last year. This is my Foundrae chain. It is, to me, the best kind of mixed link chain that I could find, and a lot of people will add charms to it and like kind of weigh it down, but I found that I just really enjoyed wearing it as just a plain chain. And this is also solid gold. You'll see this in a ton of my videos, and it is just so simplistic. Maybe this year I'll start putting like pendants off of it. I certainly love to wear this daily when I'm not wearing my new huge Tiffany chain. And similarly, another great purchase, I think it was late 2024, was this, and this was a present from the Beauty Luxe Lover. This is the Clou Dash pave necklace. I think this is rose gold from Hermes, and these two together are just so fantastic. The way that this lies right on my neck in just the right spot, like I don't have to change it, which is great. And then this, I believe this is the 20-inch chain. Together, I just feel like this has been a really great stack for me. And I also really like having the matching earrings, the pave earrings to this when I want to look like I'm wearing a matching set, but I can really just wear this with anything. Also, this Revolve bracelet has been great. This is my new Tiffany hardware bracelet, but this Revolve has worked out. I never had a Revolve bracelet before. I was always big into the double tour, but now I might be kind of going back to the single tour, and I do think that this is a good option. It's fairly easy to put on, and it stacks really well with other chains and other materials, not just leather. And also a really good accessory that I had is this. This is the LV Nice Beauty, and I just really have enjoyed it. As you can see, it holds all of my lipsticks, and I just kind of can chuck this into my bag or chuck it into my work backpack, And this has come on the go with me. I'm actually really happy I added this to my collection because I really had nothing like it. I hate to call it worse, but let's talk about some of my items that I haven't really used that I bought in 2025. First, I would point to these, and while these might have been late 2024 purchases, the Ruly bracelets have just been really like sidelined by all my other Hermes bracelets. Again, they are double tour, and I actually bought them because they match my mini Kelly, which I love so much. But there's just something about the hardware that is kind of very heavy. So whenever I wear it, it always falls down to the bottom. So you can never see the Ruly part. And it's just not tight on my wrist, which is very, very small. This, at least, the revolve almost never turns around. So it's secure there. But this will like twirl on my wrist all the time. So I'm actually thinking about letting these go. So if you're out there, let me know if you're interested in purchasing. Then also in Paris, I bought my Lalique ring, and I think this was super pretty. Even now it looks super pretty in theory, but I have just not worn it a whole lot. I think it's just that it's not snug on my finger standalone, whereas this, I kind of like that continuous look where there's no up or down, but this, it kind of is very loose on my small fingers, and I need to wear it with something to tighten it. This just might be more about the kinds of rings that I like. I really do like my rings more secure, but I have not used this a whole lot, but it's so pretty. Unfortunately, another thing that I really haven't used, maybe I've used it once since I unboxed it, but it was this. This is my Louis Vuitton Gyoza key pouch. Granted, it's very specific and very kitschy. I think I was probably very precious with it because the leather is nice, and honestly, I feel like this is what got me onto even wanting my Speedy P9. But I don't use this regularly. It is in my kind of luxury drawer, and I can definitely use it for Lunar New Year, but I definitely, I guess, thought I would use this a lot more. And another purchase that's not getting any love is unfortunately this, and this is my mini zip and go pouch I got from Paris earlier last year. I love it. It's so beautiful, but I think there is just something about it that makes me feel very precious about it, and it's the same colorway as my new shoulder Birkin, and I love it. The zipper is like butter, but I think there is just something keeping me from filling it and like tossing it around. So I just want to warn you about that in case you're thinking about adding this. This to me is very similar to like a Louis Vuitton pochette accessoire, except without the straps. So let me know if you'd like me to do a video comparing those two, because I feel like the capacity is very similar. But I've just been so precious, and so I put it like on my shelf, and it really hasn't moved since then. And if you're enjoying yourself so far, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. If you like extreme luxury product close-ups, thoughtful commentary, and luxury unboxings practically every other week, then you've come to the right place. All right, let's get to the bags. So for bags, I guess I'll go in the reverse order and start with the worst purchases. And again, I feel bad calling it worse, but it's like not a great purchase. And it unfortunately is this. And it's my Neo Garden Party 23, aka the Mini Garden Party. And unfortunately, I just don't use this a whole lot. I might have used it maybe once or twice over 2025. And I think I'm just learning that I am not really a handheld type girly. So it's not one of my grab and go types. So I'm actually not sure what to do. There's part of me that thinks that maybe if I don't use it in 2026, maybe I will let it go out of my collection. But I think when I bought it, I was like so wrapped up in the hype of new Hermes bags that I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. But maybe it's possible I should have waited for an all leather one. I'm not even sure. I do think it's still a great option. I should have really thought it through around what would work with my lifestyle. So let's talk about my best bag purchases in 2025. This first one is more of an affordable purchase, but it is this. It is my Boatkin dupe. So the dupe of a dupe. I use this a ton, and I can definitely see myself using this a lot in this new year, especially when it gets warmer. It has these raw edges, and it has a ton of capacity. I think in my video about this, it's like likened to a Birkin 40. It's a big tote. So unlike my little handheld tote, this is like a great big old tote that I can just throw my kids' taekwondo stuff into and take it along, and I just love it. In fact, I saw on Instagram that Hermes has a canvas Birkin tote coming out, and I'm almost tempted to put that on my wish list because I love this one so much. So we'll see what happens, because I do think I would use that a lot. One of my next best purchases of the year has to be this, and this is my Hermes mini her bag that I got in Paris around my birthday. This certainly isn't for everyone, but I am a crossbody girl through and through, and this to me has just been so great. To me, it has just the right capacity, and I actually hang it up in my closet just like this, ready to go. So when I'm heading out the door or I have an emergency, I just grab it off of my hook and take it out, and then I fill it with everything I need. It can hold an umbrella, it can hold this mini water bottle, my phone. So it really doesn't get much grab and go than this. Then another late purchase of 2025 that I have been loving ever since I got it has to be this, and this is my Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 Bandolier P9 in the color Gold Kintsugi. This actually has the pillow in it, so you can kind of hear that it's solid in there. And so when I store it, it kind of just rests like this, but when I take the pillow out, it is more of a puddle. I intentionally have not purchased a insert to go with this, nor even a bag base, because I just really like it slouchy. This is my first Speedy I've had in probably 25 to 30 years. So I am super impressed with it. I don't know if I would get another one, to be honest. Like, I just love the gold so much. However, when I was in the Louis Vuitton store with this, I was talking with the SA who was helping me, and he was like, well, we have a P9, I think it was a 40 in lime green or something in the back. So like, they were already trying to offer me other ones, and the thought did cross my mind because I love this so much, but I don't know, it would just have to be a very special color, I guess, for me to get a new one. The P9 Speedy 20s definitely caught my eye, and my daughter loves purple, so I was very tempted by the new little purple one, but we'll see. This has been a dream to love. Like, I am not precious with it at all as much as I am with my Hermes bags. I like throw it around my car when I throw it into the passenger side. So that's exactly what I want out of my luxury bags that are like for this purpose. So this has been a great purchase for me. My last best purchase of 2025 has got to be this. I trot this out anytime I can, but it is my beloved Hermes Shoulder Birkin 29. It went from my worst purchase, which I returned, to my best purchase when I got a new one. I'll put those videos somewhere up or below, but this was a long time coming, and because I got my new one so late in the year, the jury is still out regarding how much I will use this, but whenever I do use it, it is an absolute joy. But it does hold a ton, and it is just such an easy bag. And what's funny is, unlike what I just said about my mini garden party that I don't like top handle so much, this one, because the handles are so big, I definitely put it on the crook of my arm a lot. It's possible that I just like to have my hands free in general, so crook of the arm bags are a-okay in my book. So that was pretty much it. If you didn't see something that I bought in a video that you saw last year, I guess whatever I purchased probably falls into the middle area where I just use it some, but maybe not all the time. So thank you to those who've stayed with me to the end. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific that you saw me unbox that you want me to do a review on. I welcome you to follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see how I use these items in my day-to-day and other luxury moments. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to go down the rabbit hole that is my luxury chit-chat playlist, and I'll put that link here. Please like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!